Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take the top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down into bite-sized pieces. Today, we've already done the news and talked about the great things going on. A couple more billionaires getting into the game. Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse settled a lawsuit with YouTube, and the IRS is really, knocking heads as far as like a new operation to bust people who are doing tax evasion, whatever. But let's take a step back and look at where we're coming from, where we are at now, and potentially where we're going. And I think this is going to help you kind of get a clearer vision and just kind of get out of your head a little bit. So first of all, just so you know, today for reference, we've got it's March 10th, 2021, and Bitcoin right now is about, I want to say it's about 56,000, somewhere around there. And Ethereum, Bitcoin's 56, almost 57,000. Ethereum is 1,800, Binance Coin 287, Cardano is $1.17, and Tether's Tether. So that's what's going on in the market, just for a reference for later on. But I want to bring you back real quick and talk about the 4-year cycles, which we talked about pretty much ad nauseum here on the channel. But I want to take a look back at where we were as far as Ethereum and Bitcoin at this same time, this different bull run back in the day. I also want to take a look at what it's going to take to get to that 150K, 250K, 300, 500K Bitcoin that people are talking about all over the place. And then, just take a look at some numbers as far as market cap. So let's just back up for a bit, shall we? All right. So if you're new to crypto, hey, welcome. Just so you know, all this volatility that's going on, it's normal. And 20% swings, 40% swings in the traditional market, that is like the worst day ever. People are jumping out of windows, but we just call that a Tuesday here in crypto land. So just relax at some point. If you don't like the percentage loss, just wait a couple days. It'll turn around. And that's usually what it is. And the big thing that we're here on the channel is all about investing, not about trading so much, just investing. And this is why. So 4-year cycles for crypto market, you have to take a look at what happened in the past. And just so you know, it always kind of follows this same type of routine. There's a Bitcoin halving, which everything kind of comes off of that play. 2012, we had a halving when Bitcoin was a whopping $5 to $14. I don't remember those days. Actually, I do. Little quick side story. My son came to me and said, hey, if you want, one of my friends he's selling Bitcoin, 500 Bitcoin for $500 in a hard drive. And I asked him, I go, what's Bitcoin? He told me, I'm like, that's stupid. Who would do that? Now here I am with the channel. So anyhow, that's just how it goes. So back in the day, it was between $5 and $14. Then you had, after the halving, then everything just, the amount of Bitcoin that miners can actually get in a 10-minute block gets reduced by halving. And then supply and demand, everything rockets up, all-time high in 2013. Then you have a massive dip or reset over the next 2 years. Then you go to the next 4-year cycles. And that's what most of us remember. 2016, you had Bitcoin around $1,000, not too bad. And then 2020 or 2017, you had all-time high of 19.5, then a huge dip where everything just kind of fell off the face of the planet. And then you just had a sideways action and then a reset in 2019 back to 12,000. Okay. And then coming forward, we had the halving in 2020, and then we don't know what's going to happen in 2021. But if there's any indication, it's going to look something like what we just saw in 2013 and 2017. It's just going to be an all-time high. And what's going to happen is it's going to skyrocket up crazily. And what will break it is at some point, nothing goes up forever. And you have to understand that as things go up, things are going to get massively overbought. So if you think like an 80K Bitcoin is crazy, it's coming. If you think 120K Bitcoin is crazy, it's coming. 150K Bitcoin is coming. That's my prediction for 2021. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it goes to 300,000 or 500,000. I'll be happily wrong there. But once it goes up to this hockey stick pattern, smart money's be like, you know what? This is a mania. This is FOMO. People don't know what the heck they're getting into. I'm out. And then once you see, and people will always say to me, well, the institutions, they're not selling. They're selling. Michael Saylor's not selling because he controls the board. Elon Musk, debatable. Mass Mutual, probably not. They're going to be around for a while. But these other big institutions, corporations, hedge funds, they're gonna be like, we're selling because we know how the cycles work. We're not here for the long haul. We're here to make money, and we're out. Just like traders. Traders are not here. They're not investors. They're here to make a quick cash, and then they turn around and do whatever they want with it. Now, I and some other people are, you can be a trader and an investor. I'm a 95% investor, 5% trader. Some are 50-50, some are 20%. It doesn't matter. But you understand that there's always going to be people out there who are greedy, who are manipulators, people who just need to take profits. Something comes up in their lives, or people that just really understand cycles. So when people say, Rob, you don't understand, it's different. It's not different. As long as people remain the same, this market will remain the same, and we'll still have these massive peaks and valleys. So that's what's going on. So when we take a look at this, we want to start to think about, well, when's the best time to invest? The best time to invest is when it's boring as hell and there's nothing going on. Because when this is happening, this was the best time to invest, 2016. I didn't get to invest here. I invested up here at the top, and you can't really see my mouse, but in 2017, I invested as it was rocketing up. And then I learned my lesson, and I started to invest right here in the second boring line. And there was nothing going on. Dollar cost average, very boring and dull. Nobody cares. Just poke around, and that's it. Now, the second best time to invest, I think, is right now. Because you are right before that huge hockey stick pattern. So this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I am doing right now. I'm investing heavily into crypto. I still dollar cost average. I still buy the same things every day. I've actually stopped buying Bitcoin because I think it's going to retrace, but that's another video. But I still buy Cardano every day. I still buy Voyager every day. And I've been getting into Swissborg. And I will explain why in a later video. Swissborg to me is the next Voyager. That's just how I see it. So this is like the great time. So when we take a look back and we say, well, what is going to happen later on? Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can just tell you that 2021 is going to be pretty great. And really it comes down to, what are your goals? Like, my goal is to do really great this bull run and set myself for the next one. Some people are in their 80s and 90s on my channel. They're like, I don't care about the next bull run. I'm talking about right now. So they're going to cash everything out. So it just depends on your specific goals. Maybe you're younger and maybe in your 20s, 19, 18, 17 years old, and like, hey, I'll just keep plugging away, and if it crashes later, I don't care. I want to go for the next bull run, which is, if we talk about 4-year cycles, is going to happen in 2024, because there's another Bitcoin halving coming just around the pipe. Now, I think the gains won't be as much as this one, but again, I could be wrong. So it's all really about what you want to do. So let's talk about where we are at right now, where we were before, and where we're going. So just take a look at, we already know where we're at, right? Ethereum is roughly 1,800, pretty good. Bitcoin is, we're sitting at around 56,000. So if we want to take a look at what this bull run could potentially do in 2021, let's take a look back at where we were at before. So that is kind of like taking a look at, let's take a look at March 2017, because that's kind of like a repeat of the pattern, right? So Ethereum, check, this is crazy. Actually, no, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. That's not so crazy. So Bitcoin back in January 2017 was 800 bucks. Actually, no, let me blow this up. Okay. So we're talking about in 2017, March, what is it? I can't get the 11th. Let's say the 13th. No, let's say the 10th. Yeah, about 1,200 bucks. That's how much Bitcoin was, 1,200 bucks. And then it rocketed all the way up to almost 20,000. So that's about, well, 10 would be 12,000, 20 would be 24,000. So you're looking at about an 18x from here to here. Now, do I think that Bitcoin can do an 18x from 56,000? No, it's not outside the realm of possibility. I'm going to show you why that's pretty improbable in a bit. But do I think that it can do a 3x or a 5x or a 6x? Sure. I don't see why it couldn't do that. But again, it would be a lot of factors to go into. So now that we know what's going on with Bitcoin, let's take a look at what potentially we were at as far as Ethereum. This was where it gets crazy. So if you take a look at Ethereum, and we go all the way back down to, whoa, that's 2016. February. Look at that. March. That's not 1,763. That's $17.63. That's it. March 8th. Then on March 11th, a crazy 23 bucks and 44 bucks and so on and so forth. So just from here in March, we went to $1,400. So from about 14 bucks, 18 bucks, what is that? About 100x? Yeah, 14 times 10, 140. Yeah, 100x. So 100x. So that is the power of what would be considered altcoins, right? Because Bitcoin can only do so much because there's only so much money sloshing around the world. So that's why people look at altcoins and go, and like Ethereum, if you haven't read the book, The Invisible Machine, is that what it is? I think it's what it is. It talks about the foundation of Ethereum and how it was actually built. And when it came out, there was a lot of hatred by Bitcoin maximalists who said that the only reason that Ethereum was built was to take money out of Bitcoin and to scam you into buying Ethereum. Of course, we know that's what wasn't true, but the same thing gets said again and again and again, even in today's crypto world. So when we take a look at this is a pretty good deal, right? Do I think that Ethereum can do another 100x or whatever it is, 80x? No, I don't think it can do that, and I'll explain why. But it is not outside the realm of possibility for Bitcoin to do, like I said, a 5 or 6x. Maybe Ethereum right now is, where are we at? 1,800. For it to go to do a 5x, sure. I mean, I can definitely see that. A lot of things have to come into play, especially with what's going on with their scalability and the problems that they're having with the fees, but maybe those will get resolved. I have no idea. Me personally, it's a battle between Ethereum and Cardano. And then that's why we're always taking a look at what is going on with the market as far as all the different cryptos that are out there. Just take your pick. I mean, what I do is just take a look at, how good is the foundations, how good is the white paper to actually solve an issue, what is the team like, who is the leadership with the financial backing, and what kind of direction is this going? That's just how I see these things. To me, it's still a business. These are still business, and it's still run by people, except for Bitcoin. So when you're taking a look at, well, which ones can really lead it here? Well, what kind of team is it? And then you just kind of go from there. I invest in people, not so much projects, just the people itself, and that's why I'm big into these types of things. Bitcoin, because it's the first and it's already known, and it's really on the conscience of everybody's mind. Ethereum, because it's the second biggest one. Vitalik Buterin and all the different developers that work on Ethereum can do great things. Binance Coin, I haven't invested into because I can't get Binance Coin. I don't have Binance. I can't get Binance US in Texas that I know of, unless something's changed. Cardano, I invest because of Charles Hoskinson. Voyager, I invest because of Steve Ehrlich. And Celsius, I invest because of Alex Mashinsky. And Polkadot because of Dr. Gavin Wood. Because, Wood and Hoskinson, they already built Ethereum, so why not? So to take a look at what could happen here, let's just take Bitcoin, for example, right? So we were at, around 1,200 bucks this time in the last bull run. So why couldn't it go from 56,000 to 500,000, right? Because that makes, it already happened, there was a 20x, right? Just a 10x, wasn't even a 20x for this time. Here's the thing. So just, the circulating supply is about 18.6 million, right? And if I want to take a look at what that would take, I need to take a look at market cap calculator. So if the circulating supply is 18.5 million, and I want it to go to, let's say I want to go to 150,000, then that means that its market cap has to be almost $2.8 trillion. Right now it's at 1 trillion, and look how hard it was to get there. So for it to make it to my prediction, 2.8 trillion. Let's talk about other people's predictions. 300,000. You're looking at 5.5 trillion. Let's take a look at the other people's predictions of 500,000. You're looking at almost, $9.2 trillion. 9.2 trillion. Now I want to take a look, and you're like, well, that's pretty crazy, right? Check this out. This is all the money's markets in the world. I haven't done this in a long time, so this is exciting for me. I haven't done this a good amount of space. So just so you know, This little square is worth $100 billion. So just keep that in mind. And this was written on May 27, 2020. So, 8 months ago or something, 9 months ago. So just, here's crypto back then. It was only a market cap of 244 billion. That was the market cap, 244. Right now, I think we're sitting at 1.7 trillion out of all the crypto out there. Here's all the military spending, US budget deficit. Pretty good, right? Coins and banknotes. And this right here, the US budget deficit is 3.8 trillion. Coins and banknotes, tangible currency, what people consider money, is 6.6 trillion. That's it. The Fed's balance sheet, and I'm just a little hint, it's a lot more today. 7 trillion. Billionaires, they own 8 trillion for all the different things they have. And this is a big one, gold. It's 11 trillion. I think now it's around 12 trillion. So for us to get to that 300,000, about $6 trillion, you're looking at about half the market cap of gold. Or if you take a look at, let's see, the Fortune 500 companies, you're looking at, wow. Oh, it doesn't really say, but you're looking at a ton of money. I think it's like 18 trillion, 20 trillion something dollars. Here's a little money in the stock market, 89 trillion. And this is where things get a little bit intangible because you really can't wrap your head around what's going on. The entire money supply is 95 trillion, but this green part here is what will be considered like physical, like stacks of money. That'd be like the physical money. But all this stuff in this dark blue and then purple is non-physical, zeros and ones on a computer screen, and that's really what it is. And that's what banks have to deal with. Global debt, you're looking at $253 trillion. Real estate, 280 trillion. So when you start talking about to tokenize real estate, that could be a big boom for not Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency in general. And then we get into global wealth, but the big thing is derivatives, which is 11.6 trillion of what we know. And then, well, actually, the low end estimate is $558 trillion. And then, just so you know, you're talking about things like futures and swaps and options and all those things. But what we know of it is about 500 trillion. And what we don't know, the things that we don't see, different markets that are out there, different people just trading back and forth about whatever. It could be up to 1 quadrillion, which I didn't know that word existed until I saw this graph. So not to infuse you too much with a bunch of hopium, and not to say that this is what it's going to do, because again, this is not financial advice, not a financial planner. But if you take a look at where we were, Bitcoin in 2017 bull run was only $1,200 in March 2017. Then you had Ethereum at around $20. That's crazy, $20 in March 2017 to where it went to that point. Now we take a look at what's going to happen. We're in March 2021, and we're really just getting started. So let that just sink in, and let me know what you think as far as your price predictions for your top cryptocurrency, altcoin, digital asset, whatever else. So that is it. So look, if you liked that video and you made it all the way in first, thanks so much for watching the whole thing. Hit the thumbs up. That helps the channel tremendously, and I super appreciate it. Also, if you like these types of videos, consider subscribing. And I'm going to put 2 more up. I'm going to also put up my price predictions for 2021. That'll be on the left. And then right, I'll let YouTube do its magic. And that is it for today. So first of all, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one.